So this is what my store is looking like on Amazon right now. We're running around 20,000 a month, and that's pretty cool when you're also doing that and you have um, a full-time business. But I wanted to give you guys kind of a look at the way things look here. So this table is a setup, and these are the packing slips. I do pretty much all merchant fulfilled. I got my scale here. I got my machine that makes my balloons. I got tape. Just kind of giving you guys an idea. I'm very chaotic. I'm sorry. You don't want exactly you may not work in chaos the way I do. So and then this table, this is where the packing happens. You got a machine here. You've got a tape gun there. Sometimes if I have to cover something on inventory, I sell a lot of potato chips, and some potato chips will have a printed on the price, and then you get a customer complaining, "Oh, you charge me." I have supplies down there, and all of this is in my basement, but you'll start seeing inventory just sort of stacked up. You guys probably know the Utz brand. They're kind of nationally distributed. And then you come back here, there's inventory back there. But just to kind of show you what the operation looks like. Now, by the time I get up, because I work nights, by the time I get up, my helper has already gotten packages ready to go. And what you'll see is my regular UPS outbound is here. FedEx is gone already, but FedEx will be sitting there. And then your regular mail, that's all stacked up. Most of my inventory, most of my shipping is regular mail. That's why that is so tall. And then FedEx dropped off some inventory because I always need boxes. And I eat factor meals, so he dropped off my meals as well. Now, what you'll notice is, oh my God, when you're in this business, especially when you're doing wholesale, I do a lot of wholesale. I got all these boxes stacked up. I gotta get all that loaded up into the van, and I gotta pick that up. Well, not pick it up. I gotta drop it off at a recycle place. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to pick up at the warehouse and do some arbitrage, because I do some arbitrage as well as wholesale, and then head on back. So why don't we get the van loaded up and you come out with me to drop off all of these boxes. Let's get it. All right, hustlers. So we all loaded up. We headed to the recycle place. As you get bigger with this business, you have to figure out ways to incorporate all of your activities, right? I'd love to have a baler for all of this cardboard, because when you're in wholesale, you're gonna have a lot of cardboard to deal with. But I just don't have it. So, but I have to go to a warehouse. So where we're actually headed to the warehouse for Utz potato chips. You guys probably know that brand. They're becoming more and more nationally distributed, but there's a huge recycle plant. You're going to see it when we get there, and I'll just throw those boxes there. Shout out to all my truckers out there. Matter of fact, if you are a trucker, put a T down in the comments. We got to start acknowledging you guys. This is what I do. This is who I am. So I got a special place in my heart for you if you drive truck. And I'm just going to keep saying it, guys. You are not lazy people. Truckers are some of the hardest workers in America. It is among the most important jobs you could have, in my opinion. I'm biased, and I don't care, because if you got it, it came on a truck. And that's not an opinion. That's just facts. But this is why I keep saying, if you're a trucker, you already have what it takes to go out there and get it, because you don't run from work. You run towards the work. Where the average American is trying to figure out ways to get out of work, Yo, the only way you know how to get it is out the mud. But here's the beauty. Because of that, there is so much available to you. You know, I'm on my way to the warehouse. Okay. On the way there, I got to stop and meet a guy because I also hustle medical commodities. If you ever heard of that, you know, I'm just always looking for ways to make money. Shout out to my older viewers out there. I'm an older fellow. I'm 55, but I still got the energy, and I want to be encouraging to you guys. If you're getting value out of any of this, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, share, and subscribe. It's the only way that my producer Jim and I know that you're getting value out of this. If you're new to the channel, check it out, man. We got over 500 videos. I've been making this content since 2017, and you probably never even heard of me because I'm not out here capping. So, you know, I'm not gonna attract the people that want all that bullshit. You know, I'm giving it to you real. I'm very transparent. So stick with me. We're gonna go to the work. We got work to do, guys. So stick with me because we gotta get this bread. We got to get the inventory. We got to drop off boxes. And then when we get back, I'm going to actually show you some of my numbers. You guys probably want to see what kind of numbers am I doing. All right, so I'll see you guys. Hang with me, and I'll see you at the recycle place. Sometimes if you do find a place like this is a huge recycling place. Sometimes you can find boxes, and I know some of you guys, you know the ones, the little big-headed boys that was running home from school. You know how y'all are. Oh, Amazon don't want you using nothing to let. Okay, they have some Amazon boxes you can find. Like this one is in really nice shape. I might keep this. Big-headed boys running home. All right, gang. So here you can see we made it to the warehouse. You see that pallet right there? You see this van right here? Okay. We're gonna play a game. It's called 10 pounds of shit, 5-pound bag. Stay tuned. All right, hustlers. So as you can see behind me, we are filled up. It's all over. Just to give you an example of what it's like when you out here hustling. But remember, now we got to go back to the lab. We got to get at the computer, and we got to look at the numbers. But remember, see, a lot of people want to tell you about the numbers. Okay, listen, first you got to do the work. All right. So we done did the work. You make the money when you buy, but let's get back to the lab. Let's look behind the scenes. Let's pull back the curtain. Let's get into the numbers, and let's see what kind of money is in this. I mean, I ain't got to tell you guys, Americans eat snack foods. And when we get back to the lab, I'm going to get into why this is such a lucrative business to be in. You can't go wrong selling junk. Okay? All right, I'll get with you. Let's get back to the lab. All right, hustlers. We've had a day, and thank you so much for sticking with me. This is for your benefit, so I'm glad. Kudos to you for sticking around so that we can get into the numbers. This is one of my favorite parts. I've always been transparent in this way. This is what I love to do because a lot of people want to talk and they don't really want to show you what's going on inside the numbers. So what we're going to do is let's look at my screen. Now this is inside of what's called Seller Central. If you don't know, if you sell on Amazon, this is where you do all the work. But what you can see is I have had what have I got? So far, we've done $351.67. Now today is January the 10th. The year is 2025. And what you want to look at is
So let's just go today so far. So we've had 15 sales, just to kind of give you an example. But if you look at the last 30 days, if you take today and you go back 30 days, we've sold 829 units for $21,776.93. If you want to know how much we get to keep, it's a safe range of about 15%. That's a little on the lower side because I want to take into account some things. You got things that you're not accounting for. It's really around 20%, but you got to account for some things that you're just not seeing. So it's a lot safer to say 15% is what you get to keep. I'm fine with those numbers. But what's so important, guys, stay with me here. Let's go in. Actually, you know what? Let's go in a little bit deeper before we get into actually showing you a real example of how we select products, because you guys need to know what to sell. So stay tuned for that. Real quick, let me just show you what's going on a little bit deeper in my numbers. Okay, so what you're looking at is you're getting more into the business reports, and you can see this is kind of breaking down day by day how we do this. So if you look day by day, you had 33 units on the first and 33 on the second, and so on and so forth. You just kind of get in an example of how things can go. And look, we actually yesterday we had 40 units. So today was more of a slower day. So, you're going to have that ebb and flow, as you can see. The day isn't over, but it's just about over. But here's what you want to pay attention to, something significant. So if we did so far, we're on the 10th day of the month. We've done 7,000 roughly, right? That's for 10 days. You got 30 days in a month. That's going to put you right around where we were last month, 21,000 or so. But check it. Last year, same month last year, 16,000. So we're actually up, guys. We're starting out pretty good. Okay. But now let me give you an example of how we select products. Now, real quick, I'm just going to tell you, I like to use a software called Tactical Arbitrage. You may have heard about it. I'm not going to get into that right now. We're going to put a link to it if you really want to get into it. But there'll be a link to sign up. We're putting together a totally free course. Get on the waiting list. Absolutely free video training modules, the whole 9 yards. You're talking about a course that could easily go for anywhere from $250 to $1,000. I'm making it just for you. Don't miss out. Sign up. There's a link to go ahead and get on the waiting list. So as soon as it's out, I'll probably start dripping it. In other words, as the modules are completed, you get access right then and there. There's no sense in having you wait. I'm excited about it. So I want you to get excited with me. But the point is this: I use this software and then I can find products. And here's an example. Okay. I'm not saying that you should get on this. I'm just giving you an example. What this is a smooth edge can opener. This is just an example, guys, but it is a real one. Okay. So you can look this up, and it's out of stock, but that's okay. We're just using this for an example. So let's say you were able to get this for basically $26, right? But you can see it's selling on Amazon for about $40. We're going to say $48. Now that goes clear up into the 50s, upwards $56. But let's just say you were more on the low end and you could get in at, say, selling it at, say, $48. So how that breaks down is this. Okay, you're going to pay $26. Now, I don't know what your tax situation is. And I'm in Pennsylvania. I would pay 6% sales tax. So you could do the math on that. But then Amazon, let's say I sold it for $48. Amazon is going to take 15% of that. So let's see how that breaks down. I'm going to pay $26. I'm not counting the tax, but I'm going to pay 26 plus another. I'm going to estimate, because a can opener, a plastic can opener, is pretty light. I'm going to ship it myself because I do mostly merchant fulfilled. Yes, you can send your inventory into Amazon and let them do that. That is not where I'm at today. And we can get into why, but this isn't the time for that. But I'm going to invest with shipping and a box. I'm going to invest about $34. Now, Amazon, remember, if we sold it for 48, Amazon got to get their cut. So Amazon's going to take 15% out of that. So you're going to get about $41 or $40.80. And you're going to make, after all is said and done, you're going to make about $6.80. And that doesn't sound like much. That doesn't sound like much until you start looking at numbers like this, right? And when you look at your percentage, 20%, apply that to numbers like this. That's realistic, guys. That is realistic. I know a lot of people want to get on social media and all this other stuff, YouTube, and talk these fantastic numbers, these unrealistic, can you make these crazy numbers that people are talking about? Absolutely. But you're not going to do it right out of the gate. And of course, they want you to believe that you can do that right out of the gate. Why? So that they can sell you their course or whatever their agenda is. Guys, me and my producer, Jim, the lovely Miss Karen, we've been putting videos out. We got over 500 videos that are here just for you. Take advantage. But I just wanted to give you an example. Now, we're going to go deeper into that. And guys, I know I'm just running at the mouth. I can't help it. But I'm into food. I love selling food. But, it doesn't matter. You're going to find your niche. You're going to find... This is why I love arbitrage, right? Arbitrage is where you go out to retail stores, you just sort of walk around, you scan. Amazon gives you a free app you can scan. There's other apps out there that you can use just to scan the barcode of an item and figure out what you can get for it selling it on Amazon. You're looking right in the store. You're seeing what you can get it at. And of course, if you're using tactical arbitrage, same thing, except you're just doing it at home, at your leisure. So either way, in the beginning with arbitrage, you're not locked in. Now, earlier you saw me going to a wholesaler. I dropped $1,500 on product. You're not going to start out like that. I didn't start out like that. I started out in arbitrage. Then arbitrage showed me, okay, there's a lot of people buying potato chips, right? And then that led me to build relationships with vendors, suppliers, manufacturers. And then you build up over time to get to these big numbers. And if you build up too quick, you're going to run into problems. But that's okay, because you're going to learn from them problems. Okay? All of this is part of a journey. And that journey is going to have ebb and flow. Guys, this is so important. Okay? Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Make sure you comment. Make sure you share this with another person. If you're a trucker, put that T in the chat and tell other truckers, share this information. You guys are ready. There's so much out here for you. But this is so important. You make your money when you buy. The most important skill that you're going to develop. Okay. You are here right now, and get the thought in your mind that when you subscribe to this channel and you keep coming back, there is one goal. You are learning to evaluate. Once you know how to do that, it's literally game over. You write your own ticket. You spend money like straw at that point. This is very simple. I'm not telling you it's easy. I'm telling you it's very simple, and that is the truth. But don't forget, if you need me, you can text me, you can call me. We put the number on the screen for you. You can leave comments. I do eventually get to my comments. I'm sorry, but I do work a full-time job. I don't have anybody on staff right now to handle my calls and my messages, which is good, because then when you may wait a little bit, but when you do get contacted, it's going to be me. That's the way I want it. I'm not going to be able to scale like all these gurus talk about, and I don't care. If I was here to scale, I wouldn't be here because this is not scaled for me, okay? And I've been doing this since 2017. If it was about scaling, I would have been gone because, you know, that's not happening. We're here for the one person. Maybe it's you, the one person that really wants this, wants to get connected, wants to take action, and wants to realize there's a reason you're watching this video. You watched it this far, you're not messing around. Get at me. All right. So what you want to do is we got a video with the 7 steps that you need to take to evaluate products. But if you want more information, then click on the other video where I actually show my tax returns. You guys want to see the numbers, want to see what business taxes actually look like, want to see how much, you know, when we talk about how much money we made, that's great. This is how much money I made. And then I feel a tap on my shoulder. And when I look, it's the IRS. And the IRS said, oh, that's how much money you made? Well, good. Now I get some of that. Once we figure out what you got to keep, now I want mine. That's what you want to know, because there's no getting away from that. All right. And that's where, see, you're not getting a lot of creators showing their tax returns because the tax returns don't look so sexy. See, but I love telling the truth. I love when you get started, you have realistic expectations, not this cap, not this BS out here. No, you know what's real. And you can make your decision because you may decide to do this. You may decide not to do it. Baby, it's just like college. It ain't for everybody. But ye shall know the truth. And ye shall be set free, because when you do go forward, you're going to know what you can realistically expect. You think you can do better than me? That's great. You want to pass me? Well, you got to get to where I'm at first. Then you can go further. Let me help you to get where I'm at. And then you can make your choices. Let me teach you how to ride the bike. Then you can go places I've never been. You can ride to destinations I've never even dreamed of. But first, you got to learn how to ride a bike. All right. So watch those next 2 videos and I'll see you there.